Now, I would like to introduce the one, the only, me.
Hey, folks, it's Stray Tycoon Squid Podcast here with Jake and the Dingus. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man.
Wonderful.
And look, there's no like lines in between. They're not in a different set or anything else. They're together.
We're good. We can reach out and touch.
Reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch me, baby.
While they're drinking the Coors Lights.
Oh,
Yeah, that brings people together.
It does. It really does.
Brought together.
It does, you know.
Cheers here. Cheers to you, brother.
Mine's a little. Damn this! Oh, I keep looking back, thinking there's something back there. You know,
It's not actually there. I know it looks
not
like
actually there, but it's like circling around my head. You know, but I have you can't really see it, but I got a Joker, drinking glass. So, but I don't drink anymore, so I'm drinking iced tea. So it looks
There
like
you go.
whiskey. It looks like whiskey.
You can pretend. We'll pretend for you.
Oh, that shit's nice. Oh, no. but so speaking of which, what is your favorite? Let's start it off like, what's your favorite alcohol? I know everything, but what is the one thing that you need?
Once we did
to
the
have?
I think, this was a while ago. This was on one of our earlier episodes, and we did a bracket of best cocktails. And from what I recall, I thought gin and tonic won.
no, I think it was White Russian.
No, was it? I thought
Something went up against Long Island iced tea, and the
Or may-
Long Island lost.
yeah, I thought it was a gin and tonic beat the Long Island.
Yeah.
I'll fuck heavy with the gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And gin and tonic to me is like just the way it is, gin and tonic. You know, Long Island
Right.
has a lot of fucking shit. From a person that's from Long Island, I can tell you that has a lot of fucking shit. Yeah. So that's some crazy shit.
So do you think it's accurate that Long Island iced teas are the drink for your home acreage?
Well, other people go to that, and there is like other drinks that people make up. You know, they just make up drinks as it is. Like a friend,
We've done
my friend's sister. Oh yeah, no, I mean we all make up drinks as it is. You know, a friend of mine and I did. We made up a drink called the abortion shot. You know, and
Tell me more about this.
Well, no, I don't know the exact kind because I was drunk when we did this, so I can't remember
That's
what
when
it
the best
is. And
drinks get made.
And it's been years, so I can't really remember what went in it. I know it was Bailey's cream, and there was like some kind of like red kind of liquid thing to make it for the red point.
Oh, like a grenadine, maybe.
Yeah, the grenadine probably, and then that's basically all I remember what it is. I think there is some more shit.
There's some other shit now. I don't remember that.
Yeah, there is like something like that, but yeah. But then there's like another one called a friend of mine made up called Adios Motherfucker. So if you have 3 shots of this, like if you have 1 shot, it's fine. If you have 2, you're fucking pushing it. If you have 3, you fall back on the thing, and everybody's like, "Adios, motherfucker," and that was about it. So, and you're out. I mean, honestly, you're just dead to the world. They'll just walk across you.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
it.
fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, no, adios, motherfucker." Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah, we did a thing. We made
The American Terrorist.
Yeah, so it's a play on an Irish car bomb, but
Okay.
no Irish things in there. It was
It was
So it was, the beer was a Yingling, which I don't know if you guys have that up there, but it's just okay. So just a beer Yingling,
Yeah.
and then I think
it was Buffalo Trace.
it was Buffalo
cream.
Trace bourbon.
No, it was the cream.
Nah, was it the cream?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there was like a whiskey on. It was not good. It was a bummer.
It didn't mix well at all.
It curdled. It tasted like sour ass, and we had been. I mean, we were fucking putting it in before that. So like, this is a good idea.
Bad idea.
Fucking the American Terrorist is a bad idea.
Oh my god! Yeah, just remind me about. Oh, damn, I fucking if I knew I was gonna be talking about drinking, I should have brought that. There's like this.
Listen, man, we're on the show. You're going to be talking about drinking. Like,
No, I know
come
that. No. But I mean, I had something written down like episodes, like way episodes ago. I mean, like about 10 episodes before. I was talking to Film Rage, and
Okay.
you know, we were talking about, you know, obviously drinking and then different stuff. And I was looking at this. There's a YouTube channel, a group called the Try Guys. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know who they are. All right.
Yeah.
So they try, and people, if you don't know who they are, these guys are like, it's like 3 guys and they try everything. And when I mean everything, they try everything. You know, smoking pot while driving, drinking and driving in an enclosed area. And, you know,
I try those things too sometimes.
yeah, no, but I mean, they did it where it would be safe for them. They're not going to hurt anybody, which is fine.
Me
you know,
too,
and then,
definitely.
you know,
Yep, every single time.
They dressed in drag and they you know, ate, you know, like weird looking fucking foods, but they also tried some weird fucking drinks. So they had one called what was it? Smoker's Cough. And that one was just like, I think it was Jägermeister and some kind of some other shit. I had it written down like everything, and it was
I
like
just saw something like that. There's this guy on TikTok who's doing all these wild drinks, and one of them, it was Jägermeister and mayonnaise.
yeah, that's what it was, mayonnaise. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But then they had
no. Fuck
Then-
that.
then-
100% fuck that.
but they had another one
Pass.
called the alligator sperm. Yeah,
Ugh.
which was like some kind of like
Jesus, this is a children's show. What are you?
children's show. Man, this
You're like, if your
I don't
kids are
talk
listening
about-
to this, like, you're a bad fucking parent.
Now you know why I don't talk about religion and anyway. So no children here, please. Get away.
No, fuck that.
But yeah, but there was like all these other drinks. But the last one, I definitely know what's in it. It's called the Chinese guy Jin Chaorum, whatever the fuck his name is. That, you know,
With the president?
Xi Jinping
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember.
yeah, the guy
I know who
with
you're
the
talking
fucking-
about.
Yeah, yeah.
Winnie
I-
the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We go Winnie the Pooh, yeah. And but we call it it was called nuclear bomb. Something nuclear bomb. His name, and it said nuclear bomb on it, which had, now this is like the we call it the liquid part of the whole thing. A whole bunch of vodka, which is fine.
A whole bunch of.
A whole bunch. I mean, it was like a mixer size, you know, like
Okay.
one. And vanilla shake, Big Mac, French fries, apple pie, and something else. And they blend this son of a bitch like that, and it was just like that. That was called a nuclear bomb.
I don't feel good. That bummed me out.
Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you, they were drinking last night, so it kind of made them a little bit sick.
Like I was feeling okay until that. I was like,
That feels like what comes up the next morning.
oh Jesus fucking Christ.
That's where you're just laying on the bathroom floor going, what the hell I ate last night? Yeah. So here's a,
yeah.
since we're talking on drinking stories, all right, here, do you have any Vegas? No, anyway, so that was like we call it. There's another thing called Smosh Games that I was watching. You know, which is like a video game.
I love great channel. I love Smosh Games.
Oh yeah. See, nobody doesn't know about Smosh Games. I mean, you're like the first people.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you know, like, know about it. Everybody else,
I
like,
don't know about it.
Really? What
Yeah.
is that?
Look it up. Yeah. What's the one where they try to fucking make each other laugh? What's the name of that?
Oh,
Try
they
not
got
to
Silent
laugh.
Library?
Try not
It's
to
just, yeah,
laugh.
it was like they like doing spit takes, or they'll have like kazoos and shit. It's
So they
gold.
do this. They do a
Fucking
thing
gold.
like Smosh Games does like everything. They do a whole bunch of different stuff as
yeah.
well.
They
So
do a bunch of
complete
nerdy shit, but it's a lot of comedy too. It's
Yeah,
really
so-
it's a good channel.
like they'll go and do like video games. Like they'll do Grand Theft Auto, but they have themselves in the game and all that, like little characters of themselves. And it's like, oh yeah, we can do this. Like, oh fuck you. And then they start cursing, but they're kind of not kids, but they act like kids,
Yeah.
like we would
Yeah.
do playing video games. And then they'll have other stuff like, oh, what are those? And then what they do is like they'll have a table and 3 people, and 2 of them would give like clues, and one guy would be blindfolded, and then they'll hand them like some kind of whatever thing they bought on the internet, with their money. And it's like, listen, they just hand us. We don't know what it is. We're just gonna tell you exactly what it looks like, and you have to figure it out. And then they just like play practical jokes, like they have like some crazy contraptions, or a portable a portable shower thing for camping, and and they try it out, it's like a whole bunch of stuff. But
Yeah.
like with the whole drinking, and they'll go drinking too, like, oh, we're having a great time. It's like, what are we drinking? I'm like, everything,
Everything.
But
Run
believe
it.
me, you'll have a lot of fun watching it. It's just like,
Yeah.
and there's like the
Good.
cutest fucking girls on there too. So it's just
Yeah.
like,
Never a bad thing.
yeah, never a bad
Doesn't
thing.
hurt. Doesn't hurt.
But then it's almost like that typical kind of like, why is this hot, woman, we call it, hanging out with these geeky guys? It's like
Girls can be
Revenge of the Nerds.
geeky too, sir.
Yeah,
Don't
oh, I'm just
don't
saying, it's like
discriminate.
Revenge of the Nerds kind of thing. It's like, hey, like,
And I'm all about it. All
Yeah.
about it.
Hey, you're hanging out with Booger? Yeah, I am. And yes, the women sound like an older 48-year-old going, yeah.
Yeah.
But what is it, when you're doing your, when we all used to do our drinking escapades and all that, what's the most outrageous thing that has happened to you while you're drinking or having a good time at a party, or or can it be sanctioned on the show? I don't know.
I pissed my pants at your apartment
Yeah.
and played it off like I did.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I do
Yeah.
remember that. I don't know if that was wild, but that was silly on your part.
Yeah.
Actually, in the it's like it's not necessarily a me drinking story, but like it was I was drinking, but it was more someone in proximity got really drunk. So I was with my girlfriend at the time. This was years ago, and our apartment was above our landlord. Like, our landlord lived below, and we lived in an apartment above. Now, this guy, for whatever reason, liked to party with us, and he worked at like a plant, but was a full-blown alcoholic. But we could be late on rent all the time, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he would like to, if we had a deck off the side of the second floor, like stairs going up to it. So that's basically how we got in and out of the apartment. But we'd have like a grill out there, and just be drinking beers or whatever. And he'd come home and he'd be like, "Hey, mind if I have beer?" Like, "Yeah, sure, Mike, whatever, come on through." So one day in particular, he was hanging out for like an extra long amount of time. I can't remember if you were there or not.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Because we were questioned.
yeah. So
What kind
we're
of
hanging out. Okay. So we're hanging out, drinking, eating. I don't remember. Like, just like, nah, I don't
Grill
remember. Yeah, we're just grilling, or maybe like tacos, because we did like taco nights a lot.
Oh, nice.
So then I was like, hang on, we're just hanging out and watching TV. And then my landlord goes up to use the bathroom, like comes back, he's drinking more. And then he goes back to the bathroom. He's like, "Hey, someone pissed all over your bathroom." We're like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, there's piss all over. Like, I don't know who did that." And this motherfucker pissed all over our bathroom.
He did.
All over, like up the wall. And like, it was probably 3 times he pissed in there, did not even remotely hit the toilet. And it was like, "I don't know who did that." Like
you just came out of there.
Like, yeah, it was just you. Like, it was clean. You went in, you pissed everywhere. Like, who did that? Fucking asshole. Swear to God. I was gonna beat the shit out of this dude, but I'm like, I can't get evicted right now. This is bullshit.
Oh, there was actually, there was a story I thought about. And it is what we were talking about, mixing drinks or making your own kind of drinks, like the folks, we were talking about how we were making, who can make like different kinds of crazy drinks. And there was one called Adios Motherfucker. There was another one.
Yep.
So it was like my friend's birthday. My other friend calls me up and like, "Listen, dude, we're gonna, we're taking out so and so for his birthday." I was like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "All right, listen, out with my family. I'll go after I'm done. It's like, just tell me where we're gonna meet, and then we go down to this bar in Long Island. They used to have like a whole strip of fucking bars up and down. You could just walk there, go to every bar like I used to go. I just go hit one, and then another one, go into the back door, go to another one, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we start one end, and then we hit like this like rave bar, which it's a dance thing, but we're not there for the dancing. We're there for the fucking drinks and playing pool and whatnot. So we're doing this. So my friend Tom, it was his birthday, and all of a sudden we give him all these drinks. I think towards the end of the night, I think we spent like $500. And back then, this is like years ago, and that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Where
That's not a cheap date now, brother. Fuck
no,
yeah.
I usually bring out $20 for myself, let alone spend like $500. But it's like for all three of us. But we tried to do a double take on him. When you're just talking about the pissing all over the place, we were giving him, vodka shots, but we were drinking water. So he thinks we're drinking vodka. So the
yeah, man, we're so drunk, buddy.
Yeah. So the bartender was in on with the whole thing. He goes, all right, guys, here's another round for the vodka shots. And then he went this, and he goes, hey, wait. What's that hot girl doing over there? He goes, okay, guys, here's the water. And pours the water and like, all right, you ready? Cheers. Happy birthday. Clank. And he goes, this is the greatest job. I love this place. And he's just fucking 3 sheets to the wind. And this is just starting. So he goes to the bathroom. And we're standing there, we're just talking to everybody else, like, hey, what's going on? Not much. We're getting them drunk. He's like, you're doing a good job. Yeah. All of a sudden, one guy comes walking out. He goes, hey, was there an earthquake out here? And all of a sudden, like, what are you talking about? And it's like, nah. And it's like, what? People are dancing around over here? He goes, this guy's pissing all over the fucking place. Like he's all over it, but he's going, da, 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 And I'm like, oh shit. Then he came back and goes, let's do another round of those vodka shots. And I'm like,
I think we're good, man.
No.
No, well, we did it anyway. We're like, all right.
Well, yeah, fuck it.
We're like, he's still walking. I mean, our thing
Still walking.
He's not dead yet, so it's fine.
I mean,
we'll
our
keep
thing
going.
was like, if he was gonna pass out, then okay, we'll call it a night. We'll bring him home, and that was that. So he just kept on drinking, and he's like, listen, I've gone to college. I know how to drink, and I'm like.
That's something a drunk person says.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, coming from me, we called when I went to go and visit this guy. Me and my friend went to visit him at Binghamton College. Word up. No, anyway. So I never gone to college, so I can't really say. But I went down there, and I love the drinking thing. That the drinking areas that they go to, and the dorms and everything else, and apparently he's king. And I'm like, all right, well, what we're gonna do is like, oh, we're gonna climb a mountain. I'm like, what? What time is it? And all of a sudden he goes, oh, it's only like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hold on. I need to get some energy boost. And I grabbed like a can of like Red Wolf, which is like a beer, lager and all that. Yeah. And I'm like, he goes, you can drink that at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, I need to pick me up. So I was like, hey, we're in college. I mean, you guys do this all the fucking time,
Right?
You guys don't do this every day.
It's
I know. I'm like, you don't go to school. You don't go to class while drinking gin. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, so we go there, and then going back to this the bar scene, we go to different ones, and he's still, like, oh my god, this is so great. I thought he was going to fall down. I thought he was going to fall down the stairs. There was like one where it's like a triple fucking stairs, and I'm like, are we gonna have to like carry him up the stairs? And he's like, no, he's doing pretty good. I'm like, okay. So we get there, and then we got back to our bar. My bar, which I love, is called Garfield's. Typical, it has a Garfield's cat drinking.
Shout out Garfield's.
Yeah, if it's still around. I mean, they should shut the shit down. But anyway, so I digress, and that's my peeing story because I peed on that one when they got torn down. I'm like, oh, this is where I used to pee. Anyway, so
I remember you.
Yeah. And they made it into like some kind of office area, and the little one's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I used to go to this bar. It's a fucking office.
This is my bathroom. Don't you
Yeah,
understand?
Yeah.
This was the bathroom was in there, and then I threw up, and then I pissed out here. You know, but then I went back out and drank. But anyway, so he came back in there, and all of a sudden they're like, well, "What are you trying to do?" Well, we're trying to get him like drunk to get fucking passed out, but he won't go down.
He won't pass
Yeah.
out.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, "We don't know what to do." And all of a sudden he goes, "You want to give him the shot?" I'm like, "I don't
Yeah.
know. That's gonna fucking kill him." And all of a sudden, well, there's two different shots that might have killed him. This one that I'm talking about would definitely kill him, but the other one would also definitely kill him like 2 times over. So we call one shot is called Strohs. STROHS. And
Okay.
don't ask me where it's from. I have no idea. All I know is when you pour this son of a bitch out in a shot glass, it looks like liquid caramel. And it oozes out liquid caramel. It's not
Ooh.
like it's gonna go down quick.
Yeah.
It will trickle and burn on the way down.
Oh God.
So now I'm like, listen, let's do the strokes. And all of a sudden, the bartender went, "Oh shit!" And people just looked like it was like some kind of like infestation of a fucking mass murderer that's coming around.
Right.
And it was like, okay, all right. Call the EMTs. And they were banged out because we had friends that were
Keep that shit on lock. Keep that shit on lock.
Yeah, it's like we have friends that are like in the bar that's from the EMT, the fire department, so like, listen, let's have Mandy just in case something goes wrong. So we gave him the shot.
Call the priest. Give him his last rites.
Call the priest, which the priest was there too. Actually, no, the honest truth, he was there. And then, so we call it, my friend sits there and he goes, "All right, well, what's this Strauss that you're talking about?" It's like, "Well, here, it's right in front of you." All of a sudden, he goes, "All right, I'm going to drink this." All of a sudden, he drank it. He goes, "This is such..." And then he was out. So, but then he got up a little bit. Then he walked and he went to, because we have like a DJ booth, but we also have like a DJ. Not a DJ. We have a jukebox like in the corner, just in case the DJ's not around. We put a jukebox. And yes, folks, there's a jukebox. It's a thing. Discs, everything else. You put money in there, And then he sat down next to the jukebox, laid his head on the thing, and just fell asleep.
That's amazing.
But
Fucking
here's
slumped.
what happened afterwards. The DJ, where he was doing the music, and it was a Friday, and he's walking by, and he stopped, and he looked, and he goes, "They fucking killed him! He's dead!" And I'm like, "No, he's asleep."
My God, he's dead!
Yeah. And I'm like, "No, he's alive. He's alive. He looked like he's dead." So now we're like, okay, we had enough. All right, it's like 4 a.m. Let's bring him home. Now we had I'm driving my car, and my friend's bringing him back in his car, which was an '82 fucking Trans Am T-top.
Oh,
fucking
nice.
But,
Real safe car.
But then I found out what happened afterwards, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What? Did he puke outside?" He goes, "No, man, he puked on the side of my fucking car." And I'm like, "Ooh, you're going to be cleaning that son of a bitch up real good tomorrow." He goes, "No, I'm doing it tonight." It is tomorrow, basically.
Yeah.
So we got to his house, and we brought him in. We opened the door. We brought him to his room. It's not like we left him on the doorstep. And his father's like, "Thanks for bringing him home." It's like, no problem. And he goes, "You guys driving home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're good. Not like him,
We had water.
You're like, we haven't been.
We're not the ones that yelled out, "We're going streaking!" No. But the other drink, if we did give it to him, I don't know the exact name of the shot, because when I tried it, we used to do a thing where you picked, a person gets like a stir of straws and breaks one in half. So if you get the short straw, you got to pick a number between 1 and 40 in the shot book. So there's like a shot glass, mixed drinks, and you pick the number. So friends of mine were picking, they got the short straw, like, "Give me 1." And it was like the lightest drink, and then 40 would be like the heaviest drink.
Yeah.
So I got the short straw. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me the heaviest fucking drink. You know, I want to see how this is. And all of a sudden, after they make this concoction up, and it's like a laboratory. You go, you know, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and we got our money in there. We're sitting at the corner of the bar, and then all of a sudden,
So at what point did you realize you made a mistake?
No, I didn't. I'm like, dude, I'm like, this is fucking fun. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I love to drink. I'm like, I'll drink anything. They used to call me the dumpster because I'll drink anything they want to drink. You know, so hence I would go in the bathroom, throw up, and then all of a sudden I had
Make room for more. We're good. We're good.
I'm like, hey, you know, I feel fine. Let's do it again. You know, and then but they'll make this drink, and then the bartender's like, oh. Oh, you know, and then they would pass it to everybody around. Now, given I'm like on this side of the bar, they're starting from down here, and it was
So you're just watching it serpentine around to everyone. You're
to
like,
the point where my best friend comes around. He goes, "Dude, you better hold your nose when you drink this." Now, and I'm like, and I used to be a smoker, so I'm like, okay, no problem. You know, I'm like, I didn't hold my nose. I just drank it. I swear to God, guys. My lips were numb. My tongue was numb. I tried to inhale a cigarette. It hurt. It was like, what the fuck? And you could smell it in the air.
did you drink kerosene? Like, what do you...
151. All right. 151.
Okay.
Tequila and Tabasco sauce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's nasty.
rough.
That's like
that.
something if you ate like a whole bunch of stuff and you just want to burn the shit out, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, like that's the cure to gonorrhea right there.
Might be good with clams though. Or oysters.
Oysters?
Yeah. Or both. You know.
Or both. Yeah.
Oh man,
clams and oysters.
I actually have a pretty good. It's not really a drunk story, but I was probably the most drunk I think I've ever been at your wedding.
You were stuck in a porta potty.
So okay, so you've been married for what? Coming up on 9 years?
Yeah, this year.
Okay, so I was best man at his wedding, and I would have been 3.
I was 25, I think.
And I'm in 24.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. So outdoor wedding. It was open bar to us.
It was open bar to us.
Yeah, it's for like the bridal parties.
Yes.
Okay. So I was just drinking beer, just slinging beers. His dad is up at the bar, and
Who's not a drinker, mind you.
Yeah, no, his
okay.
dad, like, we'll have a couple, but he's like, hey, my boy's getting married. What do you want? And I was like, Johnny Walker Black. He's like, coming up. And I think we killed a bottle of Johnny Walker Black in like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I blacked out for hours at this point, but what I do remember, 1, I danced a lot. 2, I think I almost punched your nephew in the head, but I threw up in a porta potty, and the downside to this porta potty, there was no vacuous bottom to it. It had a crank lever, and it like moved the stuff. So I'm and the door wasn't even closed. My feet were hanging out of it. It was
You got the door closed at some point because I was pounding on the thing.
I'm
good. I'm coming. But you just kept hearing it like jiggle.
It was I don't think I've ever thrown up more in my life. And yeah, your uncle was also giving me
Yukon.
like shots of Yukon.
You got a
Jack.
bottle of Yukon Jack.
I think I drank probably a 55-gallon drum barrel of alcohol that day. It was rough.
Oh, Yukon Jack, that brings back memories.
Bad memories. Mm-mm.
Well,
That's like the
memories for
Vladdies
me.
of
I'm like,
whiskey.
I would love Yukon Jack. I used to love that. It was like nice and crisp, and you put it with a different kind of like juice. And
Well, when you're throwing up liters of it, it's really a big bummer.
Yeah. Actually, this whole thing is probably going to be, we call it in a bar. Yeah.
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 The thing is going to be in a bar, and we're going to have our faces on there like, hey, how you doing? Yeah.
I like it. I like drinking. I like going to bars. And here's the thing, like being I don't know, like a fan of alcohol. Like it does kind of get a bad rep. It's like, oh, you're an alcoholic. It's like, I'm not. Like, you know, like I have a job. I go, you know, days, weeks. I mean, I went a whole month without drinking. We're going to be doing allegedly. So we do Sabrio de Mayo.
Yeah.
So instead of Cinco de Mayo, we're sober the month of May.
Oh, okay.
So just as you know, whatever, just a thing.
A reset.
Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that already. Yeah.
Where's it going with this? Bar stories. There's so many. I have so many good times and stories just at bars drinking with friends. But some wild shit happens too. Like I watched. Like this is when I was in college. I was like just out of college, and there was like it's kind of like a punk rock bar here. It's called the Crooked Eye. Rest in peace. But there was a lady in the men's restroom, and she was shitting in a urinal, and I didn't really know how to like equate that, because you know when you're like drunk but not drunk enough to understand what you're seeing in that moment.
You're like, what?
Like I'm just walking in like, oh, and I pissed next to her, and I don't think I washed my hands even. It was rough. I mean, like, I think that's like, it's okay to not wash your hands when someone's shitting in a urinal next to you.
Yeah.
This is years past COVID, folks. You know, this is before COVID. Even
way before.
Way before. Yeah. This is 2011, I think.
This is gonna sound very alcoholic of me, but I just like going to bars by myself.
Oh, I know.
Like sitting at the bar table, or like the bar, and just like people watching and listening to the ridiculous stories.
That's honestly, that's a lot of, I think even our content sometimes is just our like,
it's bar stories.
Bar stories for sure. There's always good ones. There's like, I was at a bar Wednesday this week, and I'm pretty sure a Vietnam vet, 100% full PTSD, was talking to me about Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan and aliens unwarranted for like 40 minutes straight. And I'm like, hey man, I'm eating pizza here. Like I'm not here to entertain you right
Leave
now.
me be.
See, because I had when I went to like my first job after graduating high school, I went to like my first job, been there like 7 years or whatever, and the first 2 years, whatever, and then I started going to bars and everything else. And I would tell to my coworkers like stories about what happened. It's like, again, with your drunken war stories. And I'm like, just because I'm
like, well, fuck you too. How about that?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I had to hear about your heroin-induced fucking shit. Now you're gonna listen to my fucking drunken war stories.
That's right.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So
were you in New York or PA at this point? Because I know for a while New York's drinking age was 19.
Yeah, but then it turned to like 21. So by the time I wanted to go and drink at like 19, it turned to 21. So, and I'm like,
fuck that.
Like,
that's a bummer.
You know, like,
Jesus.
You know,
oh man,
there's this guy back here. He was pissed. Anyway, so but no, this was New York. This is Long Island. We call it. So I haven't gone to Pennsylvania since like 2007. I started going to Pennsylvania. So, like, maybe, like, 2 years after me and my wife got married. So, that's when we moved to Pennsylvania, and we were there.
Got you.
Yeah, the whole thing. So, but we had, speaking of my wife, there's a drunken war story about my wife, which is funny as hell. There's two actual stories about it. One, the same bar that I would go, not Garfield's, but there's another bar. It's called Brightwater's Inn. And it's like a little restaurant bar, you know, like you were saying that you like to go, you know, to the bar, sit there and all. This is like dark, dingy. It was a restaurant bar.
It's a dive.
It's
a dive.
It's not really a dive. It's more like everybody goes there.
There's nothing wrong with like a dive. Like dive is not I don't think dive is a derogatory term. It's just like, you're there to get your drinks, and sometimes dive bars have some killer food. You know everyone there. It's just
like Cheers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, but in any case, we go down there, and that's where we first met. So me and my wife met there because of the bartender, which is a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and he knows her for like so many years. He knows me for so many years, and he's like, "All right, I think these two can really get along. Let's try to get them together." And it happened. It was good.
Matchmaker,
It was like
make me a match.
so.
Find me a find, catch me a catch.
So. Yeah, so then we call it everything that we do at that restaurant bar. So we had she had the what the hell, what's that thing called when the women get when they get married, before they get married, they had the
Bridal
prenup.
shower.
no, not the the party
Bachelorette party.
Yeah,
Bachelorette party.
So that she had it over there.
Ooh,
we had our birthday.
Was it strippers? That was strippers.
No. We go. They had like the whole
Dinglings.
bonnet thing, old style kind of thing. So, but what's funny about it is like I would go there for my birthday. She'll go there for her birthday. We always go and drive each other. We could take a cab, go to my parents' house, and stay there, overnight, so we don't have to fucking worry about driving.
Mm-hmm.
But every time when we would leave our place in our home, we would go and she goes, "Listen, it's your birthday. I'm taking you out to get drunk. To get you drunk." And I'm like, "I don't need help getting drunk. I can do it all by myself.
I can manage that."
It's like
I
the
got this
little
covered.
kid, like your mom is like, "I can do it by myself."
Yeah.
I
know how to do this.
and I can drink.
I've done it successfully many times.
Yeah. I'm like, "You see me? I used to like try to walk home. Remember? And she goes, yes, I know, but I'm paying for all the drinks." I'm like, "Okay, why don't you just say that? Going." So then she got drunk. So now I had to go and carry her, back, to the thing. And this happened for like 3 to like 5 years straight.
Nice.
I'm like, haven't you learned from 4 years ago that you're every year you were trying to get me drunk and you're the one that got drunk and I had to bring you home? She goes, "I've learned. I hired people." And I'm like, "Oh, fucking Italians, I tell you." I'm like,
Fucking Italian.
Fuck it. Leave the
I'm
cop
like,
Get the cop and go.
no, because I'm not making fun of Italians. And please, people that are Italians, I mean it's in the respectful way, because you guys always got to hire people to do something. Whether it's going to be, getting somebody drunk or
making you a pizza.
or doing something better.
Right.
So all of a sudden after I look over my shoulder. And
taking out the garbage.
Yeah. I look over my shoulder and I'm looking and I see two guys I haven't seen since the Garfield fucking bar days. And I'm like, "Oh no." I'm dead. All of a sudden they hand me this 18-year-old fucking scotch, which I don't drink scotch. They just gave me a shot of scotch in a double glass.
Scotch.
It was just scotch. I don't know what the fuck it was. I had that.
But it marinates for all those years.
Yeah. And then they had what we usually call, it's like rum and cokes, but we call it guzzlers. So basically you'll grab like, a cup like this size or something like that, and you pour it with like rum and coke and you down it like a shot. You just chug it. So, but they always had like little sized glasses. But when
You're
really
a
want to
fucking
get
animal.
fucked up, but if you really want to get fucked up, you get like a pint glass and do it. So
Oh God.
So that's when
I'll
they
get
come
down
around.
wild in Long Island. Shit, man.
So they turn around and they're like, "Listen, we're gonna give you the pint guzzler." I'm like,
Listen, we're gonna make sure you contract alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Here you go.
yeah. So, and matter of fact, we called. I went to the bathroom, fucking puked my brains out. I got and I'm like, okay. And I looked at my wife and I'm like, "You win." I'm like, you got me drunk after 5 years. But then it was just like, and it was like great that how we can be able to be functioning as a couple, like drunken with. Usually, people that are like a couple, they get drunk and they start having fights and all out brawls or whatever.
I love watching that. That makes my dick hard. Watching a drunken couple fight, especially in the parking lot, like, please. It makes me feel good. Good.
Well,
If I can
that's-
watch a marriage get ruined in front of me, like I'm coming instantly.
all right, that's an image I didn't want to see. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
Let me
uh,
take these Tums.
That's a little alligator sperm.
That's a
No,
lot
no.
of alligator sperm.
no, this is we call it astringent. But
Gotta cleanse the palate.
it cleanses it cleans everything, even the skin on the inside. So,
Oh.
but another story of my wife getting drunk, which is it's a cleaning process that what you guys were just talking about with the whole cleaning this and the pissing. Hello, Mr. Sir. So we had a barbecue thing. We always have a barbecue every once in a while in our backyard. So we invite friends over, we come by, and then so we got the food together. My brother-in-law, he's like a chef, so he's cooking on the grill like salmon and whatever you could think of. It's like, and he makes it like you see on TV, like the chef, like, all right, we got to put garnishes over here. I'm like, fuck that, put it on my plate. That's it. Yeah, I'm like, I'm hungry.
Fuck this parsley.
Quit wasting time.
So I'm like, also now my wife is not eating anything. She's drinking wine. She's drinking I forget what the favorite drink was.
I feel like I already know the punchline to this story.
No, but anyway, so she had like she was drinking Black House, which is like a cousin of Jägermeister,
Yeah.
And so she had that with wine and something else.
It's the generic Jaeger. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So the generic Jaeger. So
it's the Walmart Jaeger.
But hey, she liked that kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then
it works.
It worked. Oh, it worked that night. Yeah, it did. So she drank that. She didn't eat anything until like a little bit after she drank a lot of stuff. And the only bathroom we had was like our bathroom, like upstairs, so for people to use, because her family was like, "Nah, don't let anybody use the downstairs bathroom." I'm like, all right, whatever. So all of a sudden, my best friend, she comes up to me and she goes, "You need it upstairs," and I'm like.
Your presence is required.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'll be there in a minute. And no, it's cleanup time, and I'm like,
oh.
So now I'm setting the story, folks. All right, now I'm setting the stage. I'm going up the stairs. My wife is wearing like one of those turtleneck cashmere sleeveless shirts, kind of like dressy kind of thing, and she's sitting in the chair like this.
Looking like Susan Sarandon.
Yeah,
And
like head back a little bit and just like she was like the kingpin or something. But redness was like all the way down her shirt with like a white shirt, and red was like that. I'm like, did you cut your neck? And she goes, no, that's wine, but don't go in there.
Don't.
Just
don't.
Has anybody ever seen Daddy Daycare?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have.
Now remember the scene when was it Cuban Gooding Jr. was in it? No, Eddie Murphy.
No, it was,
I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy, I think it was.
No, it's Chris Rock. Wasn't it Chris Rock? Or was,
Look it
no,
up.
it was Eddie Murphy. You're right. It was Eddie Murphy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy.
So Eddie Murphy comes to the door. Little kid comes out, and he just looks at him. He goes, "I did it myself," and he goes, "Oh, okay." And he opens up the door, and he's like, "Oh." Yeah. So my response was, she's like, "Don't go in there," and I'm like,
Okay. You're like, well, I have to, honey. So.
I have to now. I gotta see what kind of damage went on in here. All of a sudden, I open up the door. Now, given she had red wine, it looked like somebody got shot by an Uzi. Yeah.
It looked like
it's
like that scene in Pulp Fiction when Travolta's coming out of the bathroom and just gets blown up. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. It's like, the fuck. So now I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden she's pushing me out of the way. Like, she goes, listen, go. I gotta use the bathroom again. And I'm like, okay.
Oh.
So now I kindly asked everybody, like, listen, I have a situation here. If you don't mind, please.
Yellow tape just It's
you know, drive safely. She's a lot sick. I need to tend to her so she won't, you know.
Oh,
It's like, okay,
man.
no problem, no problem. So I cleaned everything else out downstairs for the barbecue. Got everything done, brought everything upstairs, put it in the kitchen. I'll do it for the next day. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, now I gotta get my wife from point A to point B, which is the bed, which is about 2 feet away. How am I gonna do this?
Just right there.
So now I go in and try to like pick her up, and then she made this squeal like, you know, like I'm like, what the fuck was that? She never makes that. I'm like, huh? Are you okay? She goes, I'll crawl. Now, given we have 3 dogs, we had a Rottweiler, a German Shepherd mix, and a Bichon Poodle mix, and they're all laying on the ground while my wife
Is
is
Army
crawling to the bed, and she's crawling, and she's like, hey, "Hi, Bruno, how you doing? Okay, okay, you know, Kahlua, okay, you know, don't be pissing on the floor, okay, you know." And then all of a sudden, she looks at her dog, she's like, "Ah, Scampy, you piece of shit," and then because she hated the dog, and then she got to the bed. I put the like a thing next to the bed, so if she pukes, it's right there. So I clean, and then I get to the bathroom. I'm like, oh no! It's like that scene from Ghostbusters. You don't want to go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Mm.
okay, I gotta go. And I get in there and I'm scrubbing everything down. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? I'm like, how the hell did she get behind the toilet? I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, ugh. You know, it's like a Breaking Bad with the whole, you know, the covering. You
The
know,
hazmat suit. Or...
oh my god. And I'm like, in the shower? What the fuck? You know? And I'm like, so this is, and then the next
In the medicine cabinet, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the hell? What happened to the Advil? No. So the next day, I did a thing where she did this to me on my birthday. So, but I'm gonna finish this off, and then you go and tell your stories, because I know I said too many of the stories already, and
You're good,
and
man.
this is
You're
all
good.
about the guests. I'm sorry to take up your time. Um, so she comes back downstairs, you know, after sleeping for so many hours. Her father's cooking eggs and bacon, you know, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he goes, "You guys had a good time." I'm like, "Yeah, but she didn't, you know." It's like, "Really? She got sick?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." It's like somebody got shot by an Uzi. Ooh, okay, maybe the eggs are not going to be good for her. Let's just give her coffee, you know. So she comes downstairs, and I'm like, "So, do you remember anything last night?" And she goes, "No, but you're going to tell me, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny." You know,
It's a good time.
and she goes, "What
It's a
did I
good
do?" It's like, "Well, you shot somebody with an Uzi in the bathroom." And, and she goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, basically, you got sick and you drank red wine and Black House, and it went all over the bathroom." She goes, "I went to the bathroom just now and it looked fine." I'm like, "I cleaned it." She goes,
You're welcome.
"Yeah," but then she looks at me and she goes, "You cleaned the bathroom?" I'm like, "Listen, things can happen when you've been drinking. You can be able to
Right.
do anything, you know." So, and then my father-in-law is just fucking laughing hysterical, and he's like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, can I have coffee?" It's like, "You want eggs?" And she went, and he goes, "I'm so sorry," and then she rushed and all that. So now back to you.
Okay, I told my story. You got to give me a good drunk story. You have a
Yeah,
bunch.
yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, but I don't know how many you remember.
That's the problem.
So,
Like, I feel like you need to tell them for me because I don't remember.
oh
'em.
god,
You need
What
like a
was-
video recorder. Next time you go drinking,
Yes.
bring the video recorder. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
What was the time we were both really drunk together? I mean, you were pretty fucking hammered last night,
Oh, I was hammered last night.
but you didn't really do anything too wild other than like hijack the show.
Did I?
That's okay. So that's the big thing. It's not really a story. It's just a frame of mind. So and so it's like you have guests on, so you don't really run into this too much. But having a co-host, like there is a bit of, I've known him for 19 years at this point.
Yeah.
And we determined when we were starting this show that like we have to put one in the tank on him before we start recording. Like we gotta warm him up. We gotta give him a warm up drink before we even
go to
hit record. Otherwise,
it's my fluffer. It's my fluffer.
Yeah. The problem with that, once we get you going,
I don't stop.
You run roughshod over me, over the guests. It's whatever the big guy's got on his
it's
mind.
The me show.
It's we're just like no, you say it. What do you got going on? so it's fun. It's a good time, but like,
which it's funny because I'm like the most reserved person there is. I'm super quiet, but all of a sudden you get a few drinks in me, and
you are the most extroverted,
the aristocrats.
Yeah, and also really flirty.
I'm a horny drunk.
Yeah, but like, so he's married, but like, if he wasn't, just get him drunk, he'd be slaying pussy, fucking stuff. Like, I don't know, you get bitches drowning on,
I don't know why,
your dick when you're, I don't, and like, I'm like, hey, I'm single. They're like, fuck you. I'm like, all right.
We want the married drunk guy.
Yeah, he's cute. We like him.
How come he didn't do this with me? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Where was this guy?
Myself. Yeah, I don't know if I have any. I mean, you pissing your pants
that's up there.
That was a pretty good one. Actually, it's not. This is actually, it's a combined drunk and wrestling story. You were there, but not related to you. So this was, it was an old apartment. I was with my fiance at the time. We were watching WrestleMania, I think 32, 33, the one that Rusev came out in the tank. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah.
It
was an outdoor.
Yeah.
It was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
WrestleManias are always outdoor somewhat, not like the first from 1 to like 7. It's usually indoor.
In the Silver Dome.
Yeah.
Or from what Hulk Hogan said. Oh,
do you remember was that WrestleMania 2 they had in like 3 locations? There was one, I thought it was WrestleMania 2 they had in like multiple spots.
No. That was the one because of COVID. They had multiple spots.
I sort of got like I remember they had matches in multiple locations. I thought it was,
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't think that's what it is.
Or maybe I'm thinking it might have been a different.
WrestleMania when COVID was going around, they were doing multiple spots. Like they had the Performance Center, then they went somewhere else, and then they went somewhere. It was mostly in Florida.
Yeah. Well, because Florida was the only thing that was like open at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were watching that whatever 33. I don't remember which one, but so we're watching that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This would have been 2000, I think, 13.
It was the one after the streak ended.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that was a bad day.
We're watching, drinking, and my brother and his girlfriend are over.
Oh God.
You remember the story now. Okay. So
like, oh shit.
So in this apartment, it was actually it was pretty cool. So it was a flat. So like there was one apartment below and our apartment was above, but it was a 2-story second floor. So it was like 1.5. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had like basically the TV gaming room was upstairs, like what would be the 3rd floor. So we're up there drinking. Had a fridge in there, but we never really used it. It was kind of a weird apartment that had like a built-in fridge in the wall.
Those are.
But it smelled like piss. It smelled like piss and an abortion. So I did not use it.
I was in there. I didn't make the drinks.
And then there was a back bedroom that was full of stink bugs. It was like, I don't know, it was fucking weird. But so we're up there partying, and my brother's girlfriend is getting down. I mean, fucking, I don't remember what we were drinking, but she is hammered. I mean, hammered. Now, mind you, no one likes this bitch. She's annoying as fuck and bananas crazy. she had to go downstairs for some reason, and she was carrying like cupcakes or she was carrying some food. And the way the stairs were set up, there was like it was like an L-shaped staircase, so it was like 5 stairs and then like
a landing.
Yeah,
a landing and then 10 more. This bitch, we're drunk, misses all the 5 first stairs, just, and I hear pop, and then
no one goes over to help her.
No one helps her. I look over my shoulder. She's fucking bailed on the landing. And I'm like, ah! No, I'm like, are you okay? And our buddy who's on the show sometimes, Joe, he's just like, loud as fuck. Just, I've never seen someone fail at missing. I've seen people miss us there. I've never seen someone miss spot. Like,
it's like
just
she jumped.
It was like, I don't know how logistically, because she wasn't tall.
No.
How do you miss 5? How are you so drunk? You miss 5 stairs, slip, smack into a wall, and then I think it was cupcakes. It was just fucking shit everywhere. Oh man, it's good. So are we doing a WrestleMania watch party this year? We talked about it before, and I am fucking ready for it.
Now, this is going to be weird for me to say because every time I see the coming attractions, I know when it is. When is it now? I mean, I don't know
April
if they
something.
April 3rd, 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 2 days. I think it's April 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah,
and I know
that's not a problem.
April 3rd.
Yeah, Sunday, April 3rd.
Okay.
Well, it says 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, so there's some match. Yeah, because I think it was last year they started
instead of doing like a
12-hour
WrestleMania.
Yeah, they do 2 days.
Yeah, so they do. It's like they're both 3 hours, I think now, pretty much.
Yeah,
3.5 hours. So yeah,
I'm like, believe me, I would watch that no problem. The only thing I have now, seeing what's going on now, let's just talk about wrestling. Like, that's what we love to do. We call wrestling as it is. Now, everybody's
sports entertainment,
wrestling. Everybody's been laid off pretty much, except for a good like 10
and
fingers.
Fuck the WWE, man, for how many tenured people that they're just like. I mean, they let the boss's kid go. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, and he might be on AEW.
If he goes to AEW.
Oh, wait, are you serious?
He might.
That would be.
What'll his name be when he hits the Impact Zone?
It's his name.
His name.
It'll be Sean McVan.
No, he can use his name. That is his name.
That's what it is. That's his name.
Yeah.
He doesn't go by like a.
If Shane,
if Here Comes the Money hit.
Oh my God! If I'd throw my goddamn TV.
Yeah, I did that when Sting came out for WWE.
Yeah. All right. So there's a good question for you.
Yeah.
What in the past, maybe let's say 20 years, has been your biggest surprise return to a pay-per-view? That you're just like, oh fuck.
Oh, there was a lot of oh fucks. I mean, but I have to try to go back in my memory.
Because like the Rumble this year was dog shit, but there's been some Rumble entrants that it's been like, oh what?
Yeah,
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles was huge. I remember that. Like,
once it said I'm phenomenal, I'm like, no fucking way.
Dude,
and I was like,
oh my God, that's wild.
I mean, now are we talking pay-per-view stuff or just talking about wrestling like shows?
It can be whatever.
Your call. Like the biggest surprise, like show up, maybe like an indie show.
Keith Lee AEW.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like, I was not looking at that because I thought maybe he was leaning towards
Impact,
like New Japan, probably,
or New Japan, too.
Not ROH because that's like on a hiatus for until April, probably.
Yeah,
and then but then I figured Impact maybe because his wife is from Impact.
Yeah,
so
that's
figuring they were going to go that route.
Mia Kim?
No,
Mia Kim. Yeah.
Mia Kim. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm touching you.
it's a tender moment, you know.
It's a tender.
I feel like, and I think this is older than 20 years, but the Y2J into WWE.
Oh, that was a big one too.
That was going to come around, you know, because of ECW was coming in somewhat in spurts, not really a full, you know, coming into it, but
I feel like it was so much easier though back then to have surprises. Like now everything gets leaked.
It's tough.
Like when CM Punk was going to AEW, it's like
we all
knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a big one. Because this did not leak, I don't think. But when the Hardy Boys
came at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, it
when
wasn't leaked at all. No one, nobody had no clue except for Vince McMahon and a couple of people on the back.
I popped like a 12-year-old.
Well, I think we were watching that together.
No,
we were watching it separate. We were texting
Cleveland.
each other like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, I was like, and then all of a sudden after everybody's like, "Oh, we can do this," you know, like Cass and all that. That motherfucker, man, he's fucking jacked now. They got it, you know, Cass and all that. You know, once he didn't drink or whatever he was doing, and you know. And
you know, like speaking of, I guess it's like Cass adjacent. Like WWE did Enzo Amore dirty.
Oh yeah,
they like that. So do you remember when the stuff
there was a sexual assault thing?
Okay, so there was an allegation, but it came. She lied. It was there was nothing. It was entirely fictitious.
Released him and
and like he got blackballed, and I thought he was great. I thought he was like he made 205 Live and that Cruiserweight Championship like watchable, and it was one of the like when he was champion, that was one of the best things to watch. Like he talked shit and it was great, and then for them to be like fuck you.
I don't like that. I like how we could the 205 Live, we could like start kicking the shit out of them like on Raw, and then fucking Braun Strowman fucking comes out and he goes, "You want him? There you go."
isn't Braun Strowman Impact?
No, he's on EC3's. He has like some kind of promotion.
Okay, yeah.
So he's doing a promotion thing with him, but I don't think that's coming around yet. I think they're working out the kinks.
Yeah, it's like I saw like he came out. Like just did a surprise thing, beat the shit out of some guys, and then
talk about just a failed like EC3 in WWE.
You know, and there was really no like that's the big thing I've seen with like Vince does not respect the vast majority of indie talent. So like Gargano, and like we saw Gargano, we went to see NXT in Cleveland, and that he's a hometown boy there. And that's probably the best wrestling show period. That's probably the best wrestling show I have ever seen in my life.
Bobby Roode killed it. Ty Dillinger killed it. Asuka killed it. Gargano, Shinsuke killed it. I know he's like a pedophile or whatever, but Velveteen Dream killed it.
Oh yeah. That's.
I
remember that show.
Remember that spot we called Velveteen Dream? It's like standing on the walkway, and then he's talking to Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet flips on him.
You can do Velveteen Dream can do better, and he fucking did that somersault and other thing. He goes, "Show me," and he's like,
I am surprised that Ricochet has stayed around as long as he has. Like only because they've cut so many other people. Like he's another one KO too. Like
he just resigned.
He just resigned.
And
I was I would have thought
Sammy.
Both of them. I mean, because you know, Generico and Kevin Steen, like I mean, that's Ring of Honor fucking legends there. Like they're both their tag teams together and then their matches against each other.
Yeah.
That's wrestling.
That's where they started that back up when he was in the NXT and all that. He's like, "Oh, I got the title," and that's when they redid it. Yeah.
No, I remember that when Kevin Owens powerbombed him on that apron, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it's on now, run it."
How about this one for indie? We call it classics. This is like the most classic one I love as it is. Young Bucks, and this is we call it GWP, the guerrilla wrestling.
Yeah, guerrilla wrestling. Yeah.
So this is like the most graphic of anything that's like not even ECW wise. You know, guerrilla wrestling is just phenomenal. I just love it, and I wish they had more of it, but I think they do. But I don't know.
It was Zack Ryder. What's his name now?
I can't think.
He's in GW.
Cardona.
Yeah, is it Cardona? Gorilla?
No, well, I think he's doing the GCW. It's called Game Changer Wrestling.
Okay, yeah, like because I know he did a whole indie circuit thing.
Yeah.
But I think he might have wrestled on. Yeah,
Gorilla's
got some good fucking matches for sure.
But we called the one that I loved when I was watching it. Like I said, Young Bucks versus Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae when they were a tag team together.
Yeah.
And they were doing like all out fucking war with the thumbtacks and the shoe to, Legos to fucking gummy bears and
this is a hot take. I hate the Young Bucks. I can't. They rub me the wrong way.
I think you're not wrong. I think, and I don't know, Dre, how you feel about them. Like, since they've come to AEW, I think it's been different. Like, they were such a staple in New Japan and the indie scene, and now that they've gone to AEW, it's kind of like, you're just the New Day of the AEW at this point.
No, you know what it is? They run the stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They run it.
So they're like part of creative.
Yeah, because you got what's that guy is the guy that owns the fucking thing.
Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan.
Tony Khan, but Cody Rhodes does creative too.
Yeah. So you have Cody Rhodes, you got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. So they got stakes in it. So they're running the shit from behind the scenes as it is.
Yeah.
It's basically WCW.
I don't like the whole talent being creative thing because we saw did you watch it came out it's a really good documentary of the Monday Night Wars?
Yeah. Oh, I've been seeing Monday Night Wars when it was going on. That shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I'm saying the documentary that came out about it, essentially that's the whole reason WCW failed was because they gave too much creative control to Nash, Hogan, Hall, a couple other guys. It's like you can't be the boss and the employee,
Well, that's because those guys, they want to have their spot still.
Oh,
They don't want to give the spot up, but then they got the young guys, they would kill the whole fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even now when you see AEW, they're still killing all the shit. Plus they get guys, like Keith Lee comes in, CM Punk, they're just filling the void, but they want to have fun with it. Like WWE, they didn't have fun. It was more like, this is a set schedule. This is what we're going to do. You can't go and especially with their social media stuff like TikTok or Twitch that they do on the off-brand.
I think the only good thing WWE has done in the last 18 to 24 months has been making Roman Reigns heel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been the only good thing they've done is just let him be king shit, be a dick, whatever.
That was like my favorite match from the last pay-per-view. Yeah.
Wait, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. And it's pizza time. All right. This is what we do here on Jacob the Dingus. My friend the Dingus likes to pee 19 times every time we're on a podcast. So, Dre, you are subject to it now.
Write down pissing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially because, so it's funny, coming back to a drinking thing, we'll talk more wrestling when he comes back.
Yeah.
We're drinking beer. He can't hold it. It's like he has the bladder of a grandmother. So, 2 beers in, I guarantee it's 8:14 East Coast time now.
Yeah.
By 8:30, he's pissing again. I fucking guarantee it.
All right, we're gonna be looking at the time. Not tell him. We're just gonna be like,
he'll try to hold it, but he can't. He'll just piss himself right here.
Wait a minute, hold on.
The only upside with the new studio setup is there is a bathroom.
Hold on, because I got this
10 yards away.
I got this. We call it, the
I'm back.
He's like, I had the earpiece in the whole time, you assholes.
Yeah, I could hear you.
I can hear you. So.
Need a bathroom break? Whatever you
That's perfect.
do it now.
Yep. That's you. That's you.
That's me.
Can't
help it.
But then, did you do this? Oh, they don't even have it. Anyway. No, I was trying to find this one word, and I think I spelled it wrong. I forgot. I'm not even gonna. Oh, so make sure you.
I did flush.
Okay.
Good job, buddy.
I did.
Good job.
Good job.
I think I did. I'm second guessing myself.
I mean, you're going to be back in there shortly. So if you didn't, double down. Who gives a shit? At least you're not a shitter. Could you imagine being that frequent of a shitter?
So I've got a great shit story.
Please tell me.
It's a twofer. It's a 2-for-1.
Listen.
So I was getting tattooed.
Oh no!
And I ate McDonald's breakfast beforehand because you got to get something in you. You can't go raw. And get the stencil on. Go out and have a smoke. I'm like, all right, I got to hit the bathroom real quick first. And I start peeing, and then a fart starts to. I'm like, that's more than a fart. So I take a stinker, and the whole place just reeks of poop. Okay, and I felt really self-conscious. Now let's fast forward 2 sessions later.
Mm-hmm.
So come back. The artist then, all he's had all day is a Carnation instant breakfast. He's like, oh, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, this will be quick. It was not quick. It smelled like
Wait.
sulfur hell.
Was it? Wait.
It was Mark.
It was Buddy Mark.
Mark pooped.
That's
but
funny.
he came out all like, I didn't go poop.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever shit before a tattoo.
Well, like it's the frustrating part is the bathroom is not secluded at all. It is literally bathroom.
No, you're right there.
Station.
Yeah, it's like within 6 feet probably.
Mm-hmm. Smell travels fast.
So we could tattoos wise actually. I don't know if I told you guys this story. I think I did, but I'm not really sure. But the ghost story of the tattoo place I went to.
Tell me now.
Well, it's an assumed ghost. We're not really sure exactly. It was Friday the 13th. And basically everybody gets a small Friday the 13th tattoos. I've never there's shops here, like we probably have, I don't know, maybe like 15 pretty reputable shops around here. And all of them run Friday the 13th flash specials.
Never done it.
Yeah.
I have never done it, and I've always wanted to.
Well, no, because the shop that I always go to in Pennsylvania, they were like, listen, we need your help. We need you to work the desk so you can get people lined up so they don't go out of place. I'm like, okay, no problem. Do this whole thing.
Right on.
Everything was going on, and everybody got their little tattoos going on, and it was like at the end, and I'm like, should I get one of those or not? I'm not sure. And I told my friend, I'm like, I was thinking about getting one of those little ones. He goes, don't worry. I got one picked out for you, and it's not those little ones. This is a decent-sized fucking tattoo that's going to go on the back of your leg. I'm like, okay, cool. What is it? It's like the Grim Reaper, we call it with the sickle, like in the desert kind of thing. So it was like a nice big size. It was like about that big or whatever,
Jesus, yeah.
So we started doing the whole thing, and it was like 2 hours. After everything, and now, like I said, Friday the 13th, the weather was fucking crazy. First, it was sunny out. Then it started downpouring rain. Then it was hail. Then there was a little tornado off the streets of somewhere else and all that. They were like, we heard it on the news. Then it got sunny again. And then it went dark because it was nighttime. And I'm like,
that sounds like Pennsylvania. That's average Pennsylvania weather.
No, basically. But this is like Friday the 13th kind of thing. And I'm like, what is going on?
You're like, fuck this.
Where's Michael at?
So we start finishing up the tattoo, and everything was getting done. So he starts putting the tape, the tape around. And I was ready to hand him money, and he's like, no, don't worry, you helped us out. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I should just give you something. All of a sudden, I swear to God, we heard this. from the bathroom. Like knocking. And I'm like, you heard that, right? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe it's the pipes. It's like, yeah, I think it's the pipes. Yeah. So what we're going to do the next time? And like louder. And he goes, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. You know? And then we told the manager guy, because he wasn't there. We told the manager guy, and then he went and got somebody to come in, and he's like, listen, pipes are fine. He goes, there's nothing wrong with your pipes. You know, this is like the best I've ever seen the pipes being. You know,
right, so you burned the building down immediately after.
And all of a sudden after, I just looked at my friend, my friend Chuck, and I'm like, okay. You know, and then that was it. And I'm like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But I never really gone to a point where it's like I had to pee really quick, you know, or I had to go. You know, I would eat beforehand, but
yeah.
You know, after you get it done, it's like in a euphoric state or something. You know, you're in a trance. You know?
I get the tattoo flu real bad.
Yeah, you do.
I'm like wiped. I'm good for like an hour or two after the tattoo, but then it's just like I'm fucking going to bed.
Oh, yeah, I got a thing about if people want to get tattoos done. When you get them done, now what do you usually do when you get yours done? I mean, do you do what they tell you to do? Like, you know, you go there, you wait like an hour, you do this and whatnot.
Well, okay, so I'm probably, because I'm fairly heavily tattooed, and I'm good friends with, you know, a dozen. I mean, probably like 20 artists in the region. So my story would not be typical, but normally what I do is I'll just pop in, be like, hey, I want something. And they're like, okay, what you thinking? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. And then we set an appointment time, show up, they tattoo me. Yeah. And then, oh, how much you thinking? I'm like, you know, normally my tattoos are around the $200 to $300 range. Like I don't have I have one, I got a couple decent sized pieces, but most of them are like softball size or better, like character pieces. So
no, but I'm saying I'm just saying like we call when you get done, and you know, do you follow the rules?
Okay, so when I get done, I normally just keep the dressing on, couple at drive home, and just until I'll probably take a shower that night to clean it off. And then I'm just
Aquifer.
Yeah.
Couple days, lotion, good.
Yeah, I'm similar. I really want to try that. Is it Second Skin?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's supposed to heal.
I've never used that
really well.
I've never used that. Or they got the tattoo bags. Have you seen the tattoo bags?
I never heard of that. No.
It's it's almost like a saran wrap kind of thing, but it has like a plasmid.
I think that's the second skin.
Yeah, it's the second skin. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It looks like a giant blister.
It does. It like all the all the ink that seeps out.
Yeah.
Eventually it like pools up into this thing. And it's wild looking.
Yeah. And then but apparently it
heals super quick.
It's supposed to heal quickly and efficiently. Yeah. Second skin.
What I usually do is and I tell people this at the shop, even though they think I'm a tattoo artist. I'm like, no, I'm the customer.
So I get that. Okay, do you get that all the time? Because you're pretty heavily tattooed. I go places and they're like, hey, so can we set up an appointment? I'm like,
sure.
I work at a school. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, because I'm sitting at the computer. They have a computer, and I'm trying to find some shit that I want to get done. And I'm like, all of a sudden after, I'm like, a family of 5 come walking in. You know, it's like, you know, the mom, the dad, you know, and then here's like the gorgeous daughter that wants to get the very first tattoo done. It's like, oh, so you're the tattoo artist? I'm like, for now, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah.
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Right now, I'm like, you want a stick figure? I can only do stick figures right now. That'd be 100, you know. So, but
buddy, we should tattoo each other.
That'd be interesting.
I will let you tattoo me.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay.
We might be doing it on the show, probably.
Inner thigh. And gooch. I'm not gonna shower like a day before.
I want gooch.
You want to tattoo my gooch?
I want gooch.
Oh. If I can do your gooch.
No. No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't work that way. No, you can't do that until I do that.
I'm going to tattoo your nipple.
Okay.
I'm going to have it be like a Harlem Globetrotter bouncing a basketball, but it's just your nipple.
Jesus, dude.
You're like, that's aggressive.
Hurts my feelings a little bit.
Not your outer nipple, because you have a chest tattoo. I want just the inner, the actual nip. I want the fleshy jelly bean.
Right. Not the areola. Mine invert though, so you're gonna struggle.
Or no, just have it look. I'll just put like baseball stripes on both of them. World Series, baby.
Are you guys related to like Trash Panda podcast? Because they do the same shit.
We're not. We're not.
Honorable mentions, Trash Can.
Dre, what do you think? What's the most painful tattoo you've got? I get asked this all the time.
I know.
I know what mine is, but tattooed man to tattooed man. What was the one that you're like, fuck all this?
I mean, I sat through everything as it is, and even my tattoo artist is like, holy shit, you're like a fucking robot. You know, so I would say the shin, because I got like my whole shin, like from the knee down to like.
See, it's like I have both. Yeah, I got both my legs done with shins included. Shins are cake. My bugaboo, stomach. Fuck it. Fuck it. I wanted to. I love my tattoo artist. He did not like me, and I did not like him. It was just a mutual 2.5 hours of like, fuck you, bitch. No, fuck you, asshole. It was. We still talk, like, it's been years since I've had it.
And you said stomach? What do you got on your stomach, though?
I have a big script. It's it goes like, I mean,
over the belly button.
It's not over. It's like, so I think partially how I have it, it's up a little higher. It says hang 'em high, but like the way I was laying, it caught the entire bottom part of my ribs, and that made me want to blow my brains out. I hated every fucking second of that.
Oh, you know what? I'm going
to the point that I did not get it filled in. It's just a script outline. It's my whole, upper stomach. Like, it's big. It's not an insignificant tattoo. Nope. Fuck it. Done.
All right. Well, I'm going to change mine because I think about it, because when I did the shin, like you said, it was cake, to the point where I could sit there no problem. But the one where I really start twitching about is like this right side of the elbow.
Oh, the inside, just like that little.
Not inside, not the inside, the outside here.
Oh yeah, right on the.
It's a very uncomfortable spot.
Yeah, well, like, you got your elbow done. Yeah.
See, I got the alligator. We call it on one side right here, so it has like the Florida Gators.
Okay.
Which I'm not a fan per se, but my uncle, he passed away, and he's a huge Florida Gators fan. So I got that for him. So I got it like that, and then basically you can move like the thing, and it looked like it's chomping on the F of the Florida Gators. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So this I fell asleep on. No problem, because I came from a 12-hour shift, and I went right to
you're like, whatever, just...
Yeah, I just fell asleep, drew on the fucking mat, and then that was it. But this one where I have the Viking, kind of like whatever, this fucking hurt like a motherfucker. I kept on twitching like this, and he goes, dude, you gotta rest your arm. I'm like, fuck you.
Fuck you, asshole.
But
this shit hurts.
It's between this and back here.
That's my
inside of the arm's a bummer too.
Not really the inside, but like the outside, like right here.
Really?
Yeah, that where it's just because it's flabby right here, and I think it was just gone. Like it felt like he went to the demon's house over here, and kind of went down to the bedroom and just really fucked me right here. You know? So
just held you down, foot on the back of your head, and you're like, "What did I do? Spit in my mouth."
Yeah, I'm like, dude, really? I'm like, I gave you money, I get shit done for free almost, and
be gentle.
Yeah,
like what did I do to you? I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, that was the last half hour of my knee.
You're like, I like you, but I don't like you.
It was like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and I was doing okay. Like that last half hour was just like, please stop shading and coloring in the same fucking spot over and over and over again.
Have you ever got tattooed by somebody that has OCD?
I feel like that's all tattoo artists.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like every tattoo artist has like a significant amount.
Mark does that a lot. Like he'll go and like do stuff, and then all of a sudden he's cleaning his needle off, and you're like, all right, he's done. And then he goes back to the first color he started with.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed a spot.
You're like, asshole. Why are we doing this?
No, because there was because when I was leaving Pennsylvania, the other two tattoo artists are like, listen, we never got to get to tattoo you, so can we just tattoo before you go? And I'm like, okay, all right. So, I wanted to get, because I always try to get something for my nephews because they're into cartoons, and so do I. So I had like Spider-Man done, like Spider-Man face. I had like the Decepticon symbol. I had like certain other things.
I have the Decepticon symbol too.
Yeah.
Gang.
Do you really, or you're just?
He has the Autobot symbol. He's I mean, it's on my thigh.
I've got the Autobot.
He's got the
symbol.
Autobot symbol on his shin.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send a picture of Wiko remind us. But I actually have, because I wanted to get the Batman Lego tattoo.
Okay.
And so this guy, he's like full ADHD, whatever you want to call it. He's like, you want to do the Batman Lego? And I'm like, sure. And he did it like right on my thigh. So he's like, like that. And then he stops and he's like, let me do over here. Yeah. Oh, let me do it. I'm like, you did there already. What the fuck? And he's just going on. And it looks good, but I mean, now it's just like, oh god, I wish I just went over it now. But
please stop.
The meticulous artist.
But then there was another guy that did my knee. Since you were talking about your kneecap, or just your knee itself, I got the kneecap done where the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland with an earring.
Yeah.
So I have that done, but he did everything in one fucking day. The outline, the shading, everything else, really fucking quick. And I'm like,
I think you split yours up into two. I think
I tapped on my kneecap. Yeah. I was 4.5 hours in. I was like, I can't. Yeah, I can't.
I got
do it
like
anymore.
the one because I have both my knees done. I have it's actually, I mean, I like it a lot. It's the Wu-Tang symbol, but it has like it's got a tiger claw in it, like for tiger style. So I got that on my one knee. That's not as Staten Island represent. That one's not as big. That's basically my kneecap. I do on my other one. It's like a skull and rose like transmorph thing, and that's like more my whole kneecap, whole knee. Like it's it's a big one. That one I got outline shaded and then colored later. But I would say
chest was uncomfortable.
Chest uncomfortable. I think I remember I told you like these aren't that bad, and like I think you wanted to punch me after I told you.
I did. Well, the kicker was, so I wasn't getting tattooed by my normal artist, so it was one of the other guys that was there. He always had walk-in time on Saturdays, so I was like, I'll go and see. I basically got blasted by him 3 Saturdays in a row. And my normal artist, he saw the drawing. He's like, no, it needs to be 20% bigger. And then he'd print out the new one. And he's like, no, make another 20%. It just like kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, your knee tattoo is like probably
it's
like
lower thigh down to upper shin.
Yeah, I mean, it's like like when you go to a picnic and you have like those picnic paper plates. Yeah, it's like that's.
Oh shit!
It's like I didn't realize how big it was. So I was like, fucking god, like, Jesus Christ, man! Like you did that all at once.
I went for it.
Yeah, I can see why that last half hour you're like, hey man, I think we're good.
No more green.
Hold on, I'm just gonna, folks. I'm doing something I never really done on the show. I'm taking a picture of my tattoos.
I'm showing my wiener.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not doing that. I want to have my show still on the air. I think
Listen, just propagate the show to Pornhub, dicks out all the time.
OnlyFans. We'll go on OnlyFans.
There you go. Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to get a thing made up to be only pods.
Only pods. I like it.
And we'll have dicks out the whole time.
For Harambe.
Dicks out for Harambe. That's part of the reason I do want the Bengals to win. For Harambe.
The Cincinnati's.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just see something here. Because I'm on like 5% of fucking charge. What the fuck?
Hey, do you want to have a podcast first right now?
Okay.
I have to pee.
What?
I have to pee right now.
He's got to pee?
I don't think I've ever had to pee.
Ever.
It's a timer.
Better hurry up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
No, I'm going to tough it out like a goddamn man.
Good for you.
I'm going to drink another not sponsored of this show. Boars Light.
Here's Among Us. Oh, no, that's the vote timer.
Did you play Among Us?
Played Among Us.
I did for like. I don't get the allure. Do you play Among Us, Drip?
No, I've seen it. I never got a chance to because I play video games, but I haven't really because we're gonna move.
Same. Like I mean, like we're pretty. I'd say pretty big. Like not the biggest gamers, but like we both are always playing something. When we get time to. I tried Among Us, and I was like, eh.
I seen it play. There's a girl that's on there called Sweet Tales, and she does like stuff on Twitch and all that. Dude, I'm still trying to figure out Twitch as it is, like just doing podcast wise, but
we got
so we actually got off of Twitch, and we're now Reddit exclusive at this point. Yeah. And if I can give you a recommendation, if you want to start streaming your podcast. Reddit subreddit the U Show, it's a great community, awesome amount of views, and I mean I don't know if you'll feel good about yourself, but you won't feel bad about it. It's really I would say if I can give a recommendation,
don't read the comments.
I mean I read the comments. I would say the Reddit can be accessible sometimes, but I say the U Show's actually been
pretty decent,
really good. Really good. So if I can recommend
that once too, you talked about that. I think the last time I was on your show, you were talking about Reddit and everything else.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Like at this point, Reddit is our largest engagement
by far,
especially with our fans. Has been on Reddit. We typically average, 300
to 500.
I say we're probably closer to 500 to 600.
Yeah.
Viewers actively watching us.
No, none of that turns into anything on like Spotify or anything. It's basically strictly on Reddit.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, we have really good, we did a Q&A not that long ago, or like an AMA, and there was really good engagement on there. We'll probably do another one, maybe, I don't know, April, maybe. We'll figure out a time. It was really a lot of fun. And especially with streaming, it is a little different than either, because there's lots of shows like yours on YouTube. Lots of people do YouTube. Yeah. And obviously the audio, you can clip that, edit that,
It's all raw on Reddit.
Yeah. When you're streaming, it's like, you say it fucking goes. Like it's on like Donkey Kong. The moment you press record, there's no taking anything back. And
I've said some terrible things.
Yeah. I mean, I've said some like pretty iffy stuff. You've said some like borderline war crimes at this point.
Yeah.
So like say for instance like this, I mean if I go and put this like on Reddit as it is like for Zoom, that's no problem,
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm saying like the stream, that means it's like that would be like someone's watching us right now, just like everything we're doing, everything we're saying. There's no clipping,
yeah,
nothing. You're just, and that's how we do it. It's like,
it's a live Reddit, shit. It's just live.
Yeah, we're live. It's 100% live, unfiltered, and that's just how we roll. You're gonna piss right now, aren't you?
No.
Fucking gonna do it. I know it.
My Hank Hill butt's getting sore.
Your Hank Hill butt.
My Hank Hill butt. I've got no butt drag.
He's got a flat ass.
We're going right onto tailbone. For as fat as I am, you think some could have migrated down there?
Hey, do you have an announcement?
I'm trying to make an announcement.
I've got a flat ass.
Flat
Flat.
Flat iron steak.
I'm trying to make an announcement.
I love this fucking soundboard thing. Did you say anime? Did you mention something about anime before, or?
I mean, we do watch anime.
Well, this is not really anime. I don't think it is, but there's a thing on Prime called Vox Machina.
Legend of Vox Machina. It is the goddamn best show. So I'm a huge D&D nerd. I have been watching Critical Role since season 1. It is the cartoon based on the Critical Role D&D stream. There's 9 episodes out right now. The season finale is next week. It has been a full circle. Like, I've been watching Critical Role since 2015. Oh, it's so good. It's probably the best cartoon I've ever seen ever.
I know. I started watching it. And I was like, "The fuck is going on here? Why did I not know about this?" And I'm like, because they have like I don't really know the names offhand, but I know this Grog. Where the big guy that just fucking slaughters everybody. And then there is the brother and sister group,
Vex and Vax.
Yeah. So then, and then the guy that has like the Gatling gun, fucking looking
Percy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, that is like, he is fucking evil incarnate when he needs.
I am nerding out harder than I've ever nerded out before. I have probably 4 separate Critical Role books. I'm huge in D&D. Like, we play D&D. We haven't in a while because, like, I don't know, reasons. It just happens. But I love it. Love it.
The horniest fucking imp I have ever fucking seen.
Scanlan Shorthalt.
Yeah. Because there's one episode. I was watching this last night, and they do, like, it's not like, oh, you're gonna get 1 episode each week. You're gonna get 3 episodes.
I gotta pee now. It's happening.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a Tattoo Squid exclusive. This is the first time I've ever had to pee on camera on a podcast. Dre?
It's all for you, man.
It's all for you.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my God.
I don't know what to do, because normally it's me that goes pee.
Wait, hold on. We're giving an applause.
Only I could take the mic off with me and take it over there.
Yeah. So tell us what you're doing in there. Well, I'm whipping it out. Have you ever seen that cartoon? Have you ever seen that cartoon?
I haven't. I haven't yet. I've seen commercials for it.
Yeah, I
need to watch it.
I sat there. The first, like I said, we call it. Folks, when you listen to this, Vox Machina. I'm saying it all wrong. I know I'm saying it all wrong, but it's a cartoon and it tells you it's gory. It has sexual content. There is nudity. There is for a cartoon itself. I was like, wow. I was like, I love the whole thing. When it started out, it's
pretty similar to, if you watch the show Invincible, which is also Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an adult cartoon. Like, it's not like Family Guy or even like Adult Swim stuff, even like Metalocalypse. Although I'd say like some of the goriness is in the same like Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
But it is a serious show. Okay, almost like if you made a like R-rated Avatar Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Like that was a serious children's cartoon.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Airbender is
great. It's amazing.
Top tier cartoon for me. But it's basically, you dial it up, you see tits, ball sack, people exploding, dragons.
People taking a shit and it oozes out.
Oh.
Yeah, you got Prime.
Yeah, I do. I need to watch it.
Dude.
Yeah.
I know. Have to. It is mandatory.
The last episode I've seen is when Stalin, went into... They were in the hometown of Percy.
Yeah, they're in Whitestone.
Yeah, so they're in the hometown, and he had to go, and he volunteered to distract the guards and all that.
Wait, is it when he turns into Triceratops, or not that one?
Yeah, that one when he was fighting the big fucking.
So it's kind of funny because I watched the stream, so I know everything that's gonna happen, but I can't wait. It's I already know the punch. No, I haven't seen the show. I watched. So the show is based on the Critical Role D&D stream. So I watched that. So I know everything that happens already. But it's so it doesn't ruin it at all. It's so crazy to see something that was just a exercise in, improv and storytelling actually be brought to life. I've never seen anything like it ever. In the history of things being made into movie or television, this is a D&D game that got made into a fucking TV show. Are you shitting me right now?
Yeah. And I don't want to give it away, but I have to say, because this is the one spot that we call that just wait, what? So there's a part in the scene, he Stalin, right? That's his name, Stalin.
Scanlon,
yeah. Starts coming into the room, just climbing in and trying to get away from the guards. He climbs in and he falls in front of the big, the guy that was interrogating his. There was in the basement.
Yeah.
So, but
he's one lieutenant. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, so he falls in it, but he fell into the bathroom where said guy is taking a shit. So all of a sudden, I didn't know he was taking a shit until the guy stood up, and right between the legs, and then all of a sudden you see the little guy in between just going, oh shit, and then here's a little shit just went, bloop, from the big guy's ass itself. I'm like, he was taking a shit. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, go and get him. He's pulling his pants up and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's so good. You have to watch it, buddy. You have to. You'll lose your mind. You'll be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
First 2 to 3 episodes, you'll be like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. You'll be hooked.
It's just
you'll be hooked.
Because I tried to explain this to my coworkers, and they're like, what are you talking about? It's
kind of a hard thing to explain. It's just one of those things just watch it. Just watch it.
Well, there was a friend of there's a friend. Now I say I don't talk about religion because of the fact that my friend is a religious person, but he doesn't sound like he's a religious person because he's always talking about death, dismemberment, all this stuff you would figure that a person of religion would not talk about. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, but you have to watch Dexter. I'm like, okay, why? It's well, he kills everybody. I'm like, aren't you religious? And he goes, yeah, but he kills people because they deserve it. Because they deserve it. And I'm like, okay, maybe not. And he's trying to get this on everybody else. You have to watch Dexter. Oh, you gotta watch this. I'm like, why don't you watch, the cartoon thing I just talked about? Right. And then you be like, what? Because to the point, I kind of made him very uncomfortable, on what I said something, and we're on break. There was something on TV, and it was a commercial, and there was a guy standing outside. It was some kind of warehouse distribution with something like an infomercial. And all of a sudden, the guy's like, and you can go and get this if you subscribe now and do this and this. And then all of a sudden, and while you're at it, you get erectile dysfunction. You know, as soon as I said that, my friend's eating like this, and he's like, I can't eat now. I can't. I might have to like leave the cafeteria. I'm like, really? Dude.
Listen, it happens to the best of us. Fucking easy.
Yeah. I'm like, really? You're the one that's telling me about Dexter and all this. I'm like, I like gore shit, you know, to the point where he calls me a serial killer because
can't talk about not getting a boner. Jesus.
I don't know about that one, but if he was gonna watch the, you know, I said to him, like, you know, the cartoon has everything that you would like. It has blood. It has gore. It kills a lot of people. There's some sexual fantasies. Oh, wait. No, you don't watch that, do you?
Can't watch that. Can't watch that. No.
Yeah. He's like, I don't watch cartoons. I'm like, you have to. You gotta watch.
So, yeah. So good. Such a good show.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know, was it Invincible? You know,
so like Invincible is also an Amazon Prime show. Yeah. And so that's like the superhero who's like kind of a huge dick and like
kills everybody. And,
it was Omni-Man is the guy in there.
Because me and my girlfriend were watching that, like, and when it came out, because this guy, you know, Mash from Hops Geek News, he was talking about it. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll watch it. You know, and my girlfriend's like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. It's a cartoon. Let's watch. And you know, I wasn't really into like the comic books. I didn't know it was a comic book. I thought it was just something made. And I was like, all right, let me sit here and watch it. I love cartoons. I'm like, fuck it. All of a sudden, after blood and gore, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But then this is my girlfriend going, what the hell? You know, she wasn't like, you know, like, I wasn't ready. It was like a Kevin Hart thing. I wasn't ready. You know? So, but it was it wasn't ready. But it was just crazy. But we didn't finish that whole thing. I mean, it was just like to the part where the father like killed like every fucking single superhero in the domain or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but that was just fucking crazy. And then I think that was the last part I seen. I didn't really, you know, because then you got the other guy that looks like Hellboy, you know. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is Hellboy doing in here? I'm like, son of a bitch, you know.
But I just drank 7 Coors Light Pounders.
Good job, buddy.
Fuck, yeah. There you go. And 1 pissing session. That's it. Session.
And normally that's 0, but
yeah,
I bring the best out.
Yeah. So that is a Tattoo Squid exclusive. Fucking exclusive.
It's an exclusive. It's gonna be on the cover. No. But we're getting towards the end. We're at like 2 hours.
Yeah. We're about. I think we got to wrap. Here pretty soon.
But tell everybody where they can find gentlemen of pissing.
Do you want me
to? Don't make me do it. I never do it, right?
All right. So you can find us. You can follow us. We're Jake and the Dingus. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Jake Dingus Show. We normally stream live 6:30 Eastern. You can find us on the subreddit, the U Show, and any of our past videos. You can find also on Reddit. The user is Mr._Papa Dingus. Episodes typically will be coming out Thursdays. We're recording now every other week, so be sure to check for any updates. It's on our Twitter page. Again, that's at Jake Dingus Show.
Nice. And also, folks, you know where you can find me. Go to Linktree, linktr.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TA2SQUID podcast. And just go through all the links, whatever you can find. Podcasts are available, or you want to look at videos, go to YouTube, or you want to go to Instagram and see some crazy shit. That's tattooSquid.podcast. Or you want to get merch and wear some clothing of like my styles and everything else, you go to tattooSquidPod.threadless.com. I don't know if they have any deals because I haven't looked at it lately, but just go and check it out. You can get skateboards, you can get backpacks, you can get whatever, shower curtains with the squid on there, so you can have nightmares when you're taking a shower. But anyway, or just
shower curtains is good merch. We gotta venture into the shower curtain game here. Let's go.
There is a caricature of myself just standing by the wall. We call it with like a voodoo hat kind of thing, and nice. I think I have like a shower curtain of that one as well. And so you can see me, or I can see you taking a shower. Well, I know that sounds weird, but anyway,
It can only get so hard, Dre.
He's gonna piss like soon. Once you start, it goes. It just goes.
Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Yeah. So, all right, folks, take it easy. We're have a good day. It's Friday. Have some
TGI.
Drive carefully.
It's Friday.
But drive carefully, and
we will.
Don't. But I'm gonna talk to you guys because I want to find out more about this Reddit. So.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And, check it out. And got any questions? Just tattoosquid@gmail.com. And then we'll put it on thing on this shindig. And then we'll have these guys back on again. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Anytime, brother. Appreciate
and then we'll try to get more, or maybe we can watch WrestleMania.
If we can do a WrestleMania watch party, it's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be us. It's gonna be you. We'll get Big Nick Gag on this podcast on there. It's going to be good goddamn time.
And wait, who'd you have before? I mean, who'd you have just recently? You said you had
Danny D. Dan DeLuca, also co-host, traveling comic, Gag on this podcast. She was fucking awesome as well.
Oh, let me go. Hold on. What did I just put on here? Okay, Gag on this. Yeah. We call it. I heard that intro for that. Their Gag on this, and I'm like, where did that come from? The woman, and all of a sudden he goes, oh, that was Dear Nikki. I'm like, what, on Twitter? I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah. I'm like, nice. So, but all right, folks, let me go and talk to these guys about Reddit, and see you guys on the flip side. Right?